Welcome, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, where we embark on a journey through the labyrinth of time, unraveling the mysteries of the past. Today, we find ourselves at the threshold of a pivotal moment in modern history. The Battle of Dien Bien Phu. This epic clash, which took place in the heart of Indochina, would become a turning point in the struggle for Vietnamese independence and a testament to the indomitable will of a people. As we delve into the origins of this battle, let us transport ourselves to the early 20th century, when the embers of colonialism still smoldered across the globe. It was an era marked by the rise of nationalist movements, as countries like Vietnam began to stir from their slumber, seeking liberation from the yoke of foreign rule. The year was 1945, and the world was ablaze with the fires of war. In the midst of this turmoil, a figure emerged who would play a pivotal role in shaping the course of Vietnamese history: Ho Chi Minh. Born in 1890 in the province of Anh, Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh was a charismatic leader who had spent years abroad, studying and working in various countries, including France and the United States. He was deeply influenced by the ideals of the French Revolution and the American Declaration of Independence, and he became convinced that Vietnam should be an independent nation, free from colonial rule. In 1941, Ho Chi Minh returned to Vietnam and founded the Viet Minh, a coalition of nationalist and communist groups dedicated to fighting for Vietnamese independence. The Viet Minh established its headquarters in the remote regions of northern Vietnam, where they began to build a network of bases and supply lines. One of these locations was the Valley of Dien Bien Phu, a strategic site nestled in the northwestern corner of Vietnam, near the border with Laos. Dien Bien Phu was a place of stunning natural beauty, surrounded by towering mountains and lush green forests. The valley itself was a fertile plain, watered by the Nam Yum River, which flowed gently through the landscape. However, its strategic importance lay not in its beauty, but in its location. Dien Bien Phu controlled the access to the surrounding valleys and the trade routes between Vietnam and China, making it a crucial hub for the Viet Minh's operations. In 1946, the French launched a campaign to reconquer Vietnam, and the First Indochina War began. The Viet Minh, led by Ho Chi Minh, fought a protracted guerrilla war against the French colonial army, using tactics such as ambushes, sabotage, and raids to wear down their enemy. As the conflict escalated, the Viet Minh established a strong presence in the northwestern region of Vietnam, including Dien Bien Phu. The French, determined to crush the Viet Minh's rebellion, decided to establish a base at Dien Bien Phu in 1953. They hoped to draw the Viet Minh into a decisive battle and destroy their enemy once and for all. The stage was set for a dramatic confrontation between the French colonial army and the Viet Minh, with the fate of Vietnam hanging in the balance. And so, dear listeners, we arrive at the cusp of this pivotal moment, poised on the threshold of a battle that would become a testament to the power of human resilience and determination. The primary events of the Battle of Dien Bien Phu are about to unfold before us, a dramatic narrative that will reveal the triumphs and tragedies of this fateful confrontation. Join me as we step into the heart of this epic struggle and uncover the secrets of a battle that would change the course of history forever. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, as we delve deeper into the pivotal moment that was the Battle of Dien Bien Phu. We left off at the threshold of this epic confrontation, with the French colonial army establishing a base at Dien Bien Phu in 1953, determined to draw the Viet Minh into a decisive battle and crush their rebellion once and for all. As we step into the heart of this struggle, we find ourselves surrounded by the sounds of gunfire, the scent of smoke, and the cries of the fallen. The French, under the command of General Henri Navarre, had chosen Dien Bien Phu as the perfect location to confront the Viet Minh, led by General Vo Nguyen Giapati. The valley was a natural fortress, surrounded by towering mountains and lush green forests, but the French were confident in their superior firepower and training. However, the Viet Minh had other plans. They had been secretly gathering troops and supplies in the surrounding mountains, preparing for a massive assault on the French base. On March 13, 1954, the Viet Minh launched a surprise attack on the French outpost at Beatrice, marking the beginning of the Battle of Dien Bien Phu. The French were caught off guard, and their initial defenses were quickly overwhelmed. As the battle raged on, the Viet Minh continued to pour in troops and supplies, using innovative tactics such as trench warfare and siege engines to wear down the French defenses. The French, meanwhile, were struggling to maintain their supply lines, which were constantly being disrupted by the Viet Minh's guerrilla attacks. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, the French fought valiantly, but they were no match for the determination and cunning of the Viet Minh. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Battle of Dien Bien Phu was the ingenuity and resourcefulness of the Viet Minh. They used local materials to build elaborate trench systems and fortifications, which allowed them to move undetected and launch surprise attacks on the French positions. They also employed clever tactics, such as hugging the French lines, where they would dig trenches so close to the French positions that the French artillery couldn't bombard them without risking friendly fire. As the battle reached its climax, the French were becoming increasingly desperate. They launched a series of futile counterattacks, but the Viet Minh held firm. On May 7, 1954, after 55 days of intense fighting, the French garrison at Dien Bien Phu finally surrendered. The Battle of Dien Bien Phu was over, and the Viet Minh had emerged victorious. The aftermath of the battle was a testament to the humanity and dignity of the Viet Minh. Despite having suffered heavy losses themselves, they treated the French prisoners with respect and kindness, providing them with medical care and food. The French, on the other hand, were forced to confront the reality of their defeat and the futility of their colonial ambitions. The Battle of Dien Bien Phu marked the end of French colonial rule in Indochina and paved the way for the independence of Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. It was a testament to the power of human resilience and determination, and a reminder that even the most seemingly insurmountable obstacles can be overcome with courage, ingenuity, and perseverance. Join me next time on History with Herodotus as we explore the decline and aftermath of the First Indochina War and the lasting legacy of the Battle of Dien Bien Phu. Welcome back to History with Herodotus as we conclude our journey through the pivotal moment that was the Battle of Dien Bien Phu. We left off at the surrender of the French garrison on May 7, 1954, marking the end of French colonial rule in Indochina and paving the way for the independence of Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. As we explore the decline and aftermath of the First Indochina War, it becomes clear that the Battle of Dien Bien Phu was a watershed moment in modern history. The defeat of the French had far-reaching consequences, not only for the people of Indochina but also for the global balance of power. The Geneva Accords, signed on July 21, 1954, officially ended the war and recognized the independence of Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam from France. However, the accords also divided Vietnam into two zones, with the Communist North and the anti-Communist South. This division would ultimately lead to the Second Indochina War, also known as the Vietnam War, which would ravage the country for decades to come. The legacy of Dien Bien Phu can be seen in the determination and resilience of the Vietnamese people, who continued to fight for their independence and self-determination. The impact of the Battle of Dien Bien Phu was not limited to Indochina. It marked a significant shift in the global balance of power as colonial empires began to crumble and new nations emerged. The battle also had a profound impact on the French people, leading to a re-evaluation of their colonial ambitions and a gradual withdrawal from their overseas territories. As we reflect on the Battle of Dien Bien Phu, we are reminded of the words of General Vo Nguyen Giap, who said, "The victory at Dien Bien Phu was not just a military victory, but a victory of the human spirit." The bravery, ingenuity, and perseverance of the Viet Minh have inspired generations of people around the world to fight for their freedom and independence. Today, The site of the Battle of Dien Bien Phu is a national monument in Vietnam, a testament to the sacrifices made by the soldiers who fought and died there. The battle may be over, but its legacy lives on, serving as a reminder of the power of human resilience and determination in the face of overwhelming odds. As we conclude our podcast series on the Battle of Dien Bien Phu, we hope that you have gained a deeper understanding of this pivotal moment in modern history. We also hope that you will carry the lessons of Dien Bien Phu with you, remembering the importance of courage, perseverance, and self-determination in the face of adversity. Join us next time on History with Herodotus, as we explore more fascinating stories from the annals of history. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that to understand the present,